Hello, this is Mr. Painter with your assignment number 125, your homework. Alright, so our first step, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and write our name down. My name is Mr. Painter. I will be your host this week. If you would, please write down your name and not my name. Today is November 2nd, 2015. And if you would, just go ahead and put the color of your class. Alright, what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at set 1 for our equations here and graph them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and grab our red color pencil and I'm going to circle x equals 7. So we're going to make that line red. Alright, so now I'm going to locate the x-axis. So the x-axis is going to be right here. Alright, so now our x-axis is going side to side. So x-axis is going side to side. And I need to locate the 7. So the 7 is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 is going to land right there. So x equals 7. It's going to cross at that point there, okay? So we need to go across the street like that. So we're going to go across just like that. Alright, another way we can do this is using a function table. So what I can do is I can create a function table. We have x and I have y. The x values always have to be 7. So like I'll just go ahead and create basically 3 points here. Now the y values can be anything you want. It doesn't matter. So for y I can choose 3, -4, and 7, -8. Okay, we'll see if they land on those points. Okay, so our first point right here is 7 and 3. So here we go. We're going to go right 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And up 3. 1, 2, 3. Lands right there. So 7, 3 is there. Next point. Again, I'm just checking to see if this works. So I got 7 and 4. So we're going to go over 7, down -4. Okay, that is a -4. Got to go down. So over 7, down 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That point lands right there. Besides the line being slightly off, it is on the line in this case. And our last point here is 7, -8. So that means over 7, down 8. So -8 lands right there. So notice that the function table also works for the situation. So it's really up to you on how you want to do it. So again, your choices are you can create a function table or you can use the crosswalk idea. So we cross on X Street at 7th Avenue. So X Street, cross at 7th Avenue. Okay, so 2 ways of doing that line. Alright, next equation, we're going to go ahead and annotate in blue. So we got a y equals -1. So y equals -1. Alright, so I'm going to locate the y-axis. Y-axis is going to be right here. And I'm going to go down to -1, which is going to land right there. Alright, so y equals -1. For this one here, I'm going to go with the crosswalk idea. Okay, so we're going to cross at y equals -1. So y equals -1 is a line that looks something like that. Alright, or if you wanted to, you could use the function table. It's up to you. But crosswalk on those are pretty nifty. Alright, next equation. We are looking at y equals +4 over 7 plus, which is with the x, plus 3. Okay. Our first objective here is to go ahead and start with the 3. Yeah, it's that 3 right there. So I'm going to take y at 3, and it's going to be located right there. So here's our y-axis right there. Up and down, start at 3. So we're going to start 1 point at 3. This is called the y-intercept. Alright, positive 4. So positive 4 is going to be up, and the 7 is going to be right. So we're going to go up 4, right 7. Alright, so here we go. Let's see how well that works. We're going to start at this point right here, and we're going to count up 4. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, but to the right 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 lands right there. So we got 2 points there. In order to graph a line, we only need 2 points. These 2 points shall be lovely. So that point and that point connect. That makes a segment, a ray, and going the other direction makes a line. Alright, that should be pretty good right there. Okay, so now we're going to go to our next line. So let's take a look. Next line is going to be y equals negative, that's a negative 4. Okay, negative 4 over 7x plus 3. You got 2 scenarios on this one. Notice that you got the negative issue right there. You can put the negative with the 4 and leave the 7 positive, or if you want, you can make the 4 positive and the 7 negative. It's really up to you, and it doesn't matter. And we'll go ahead and do one of each to show you that it works. So if it were to negative 4, that would be down. And the positive 7 would be right if I were to go with that, that slope. The other slope is going to be, you can go up positive 4, or negative 7 would be, in this case, left. So again, I'm going to try both slopes, but that negative, so again, this whole point is what to do with that negative. Does it go with the 4, or does it go with the 7? Well, you can go with either one. You just pick one, but not both. Alright, so here we go. Got a positive 3 there. Positive 3, positive 3. It's that positive 3 right there. So it's actually on top of this orange line there. Okay, now run your slope and see how it looks. So we got, let's see, down 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, to the right 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 lands right here. Alright, so now I'm going to take these 2 points, I'm going to connect them. That creates a segment, a ray, and now a line. Alright, oh, but we got to check and see if the other direction works. So let's try up 4 to left 7. So up 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. To left 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 should be right here. So notice that without graphing that point, my line is slightly crooked. So notice it's going kind of straight, then it kind of bows up like that. Alright, so what we just need to do is we just need to go ahead and fix it. It happened. So we're going to take out our erasing tool here. Or even better, just kind of fix it. There we go. So we got a purple line that looks like that. There we go. Okay, that'll work. The points are the most important thing, so I just want to make sure that it's working. Okay, last equation. We have, let's see, we'll just go ahead and make this dark brown. So we got 8 plus y equals x. So we worked on these earlier this week. Okay, 2 ways of doing that. First way is to turn it into a normal equation. here's what you got to do. We got 8 plus y equals x. So 8 plus y equals x. Now notice 8 is on the wrong side. If I take 8 and subtract it on both sides, 8's are going to cancel. Y equals comes down. Slope comes first, 8 minus 8. So put the x first, then the subtract 8 second. So notice now, this equation is now standardized. Okay, y comes first, equals your slope, followed by your negative 8 for your y-intercept. Problem is though, I don't know what the actual fraction is, so I have to include a 1 over 1. Okay, so when in doubt, use ones and graph it and see how it goes. Alright, so now, let's see, we need to start at the negative 8. So start at the negative 8 on the y-axis. The negative 8 is down here. So again, negative 8, that means count down on the y. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's that point right there. But now, up 1 over 1 from there. So up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1, and so forth. So I'll do a bunch of those points. Up 1 over 1, over 1. Now actually I'm going to keep going until it hits one of the other lines, because I'm going to have these questions below that I'm going to have to address. Oh, there we go. It goes right through all those other lines. Connect them up. So now I have z, lovely equation that looks like that right there. Okay, so now what I gotta do is I gotta take a look at the questions below. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use my graph to figure out how to answer these. Okay, so first of all, I do need the whole screen, so here we go. Let's go like right there, look good. Alright, so first thing it's asking me, it is asking me for x equals 7. X equals 7. And when I annotate it, I know that was the line in red. And y equals negative 1 was the line in blue. Okay? So the question is asking, what is the solution of x equals 7 and y equals negative 1? The solution means, where are the red and blue lines crossing? Where are the red and blue lines crossing? Right there. Okay, now, if I were a kid looking for a treasure chest at that point there, the kids always start here at the middle. So we got to give them directions on how to get to here. Okay, right and left go first. So we do need to go right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And down 1. So right 7, down 1 will lead us to our solution. So right 7, positive, down negative 1. So positive 7, negative 1 is the solution of x equals 7 and y equals negative 1. Alright, next up, we got ourselves another equation. So we're going to go ahead and look for an orange equation. And the y equals negative 4 over 7 was the purple equation. That's the purple equation, which is that. So, the word solution is asking for, where does the orange and the purple line cross? So where does the orange and purple line cross? Look, 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 look. Orange line right there, purple line right there, and they are crossing right here. So, starting in the middle, got to figure out how to get there. Notice we don't want to go right, and we don't want to go left. So our x value here is don't go nowhere. Okay, start with 0. Now we do want to go up. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3 to get there. So we got positive 3. Alright, so far so good. Making good progress. And next equation. So next equation is also the orange line. And they're actually looking for x equals 7. X equals 7. is going to be right there. Okay, and the solution, of course, is asking for where does the orange and the red lines cross. Orange and red lines. Orange, red. Okay, it's the red right there and the orange right there. So we're looking at this point right here, right where my lightsaber's pointing. Look at that. I'm going to spin it around. Beautiful. Alright. Now, starting at the middle, we need to get to there. So over and up will lead us to that point there. Okay, here we go. Count over. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right 7 and up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Up 7. So now our solution is going to be right 7, up 7. So 7, 7 will complete this problem here. Okay, next, what is the solution of, let's see, 8 plus y equals x? So they're referring to the Brown equation. And y equals -1, and they are looking for the Blue equation. Alright, we got to locate where the Brown equation is, as well as the Blue. Okay, so Brown, Blue, they're looking at crossing right here. So here's the brown, here's the blue. Solution's there. Now we got to go back and figure out from here, how do I get to there? Actually, that one looks familiar because we did that one earlier too. Okay, here we go. We're going to go right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right 7 and down 1. So positive 7 to the right and down 1 to the down position. So 7 over 1. And our last question is looking for which is the only line that does not cross with the other 4 lines. Okay, they appear to be all crossing here. We got a brown line, purple, blue, and red. But if I notice this orange line, it's all out here all by itself. It's very lonely. Okay, and this orange line is also with this equation. So we're looking for that equation to get plugged in here. So orange line, not crossing with the others, and the equation is right here. We got y equals 4 divided 7 plus 3. So we're just going to merely go ahead and copy that down. Alright, so now I got y equals 4 over 7x. And notice I did my division sideways, which is fine, plus 3. Alright, this concludes set number 1. Alright, here we go. Set 2. Set 2, set 2, set 2. We'll leave kind of set 1 off to the side here. Alright, set 2, we got more to graph. More lovely cutie math problems. My favorite. Alright, here we go. We're going to start with x equals 4. Again, 2 ways of doing this. We can create a function table. Actually, I'm going to do the function table first. X on the left, y on the right. All x values have to be a 4. It's telling you x equals 4. So you can't change that. Because there's no y value, you pick what you want to do. So I'm going to do a combination of everything. I'll do a 0. I think of a negative number. I don't know. -4. And a positive number. So that show you that it all works. So again, 0, which is completely neutral. A -4 and a +5. Alright, so now we're going to graph those 3 points and see if they line up. Alright, so I'm going to start in the middle. X equals 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do not go up or down. Okay, notice 0 right there means do not go up and down. So going to the right, 4 is a point in itself. Alright, next up we have 4 and -4. Okay, to the right 4, down 4, 1, 2, 3. 4 lands right there. Then we have, let's see, 4 and 5. 4 and 5. So over 4, up 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is a point that lands right there. So 4 and 5. Okay, notice that is a line going straight up and down. Alright, or the other way, which is faster, it's up to you. You can use the crosswalk method. So basically the crosswalk method is this right here. Got the X street, and cross out 4th Street. So here's 4th Street, and you have to go across perpendicular. Perpendicular means at a 9-degree angle. Okay, here we go. Y equals -2. I'm going to create the lovely function table. X and Y. Alright, this one's opposite. They give you the Y values, which are all 2's, but the X values are whatever you want them to be. So just kind of make it 0, -2, and I'll even do +2. We'll just keep them all 2's. Alright, so X values don't matter what you pick, as long as you keep the Y 2's. Alright, so I'm going to start with the first 0 and 2. So 0, 2, 0, 2, 0, 2. Okay, 0 means do not go left and do not go right, but go up 1 and 2. Because that Y value right there tells you on the Y axis, go up 2. So I'm going to go up 2 just like that. Alright, so now I have -2 and +2. So here we go. I'm on the on the origin here, in the middle of the Cartesian plane. Back 2, up 2, 1, 2 lands right there. So it looks like a line that should be flat. And our last point is over 2, up 2. So it's that point there. So this Y equals +2 goes across like that. Or the other method, crosswalk. Okay, you're crossing on the Y street. There's the Y street at 2nd Avenue. So Y Street, 2nd Avenue, right there. Cross, going side to side. And that's also the same line as well. So function table, crosswalk, whatever you want to do is fine. Okay, next up we have our Y equals 4x minus 14. Y equals 4x minus 14. Okay, a couple of things with this one here. So we have, let's see, bam. Alright. First of all, you can't use the crosswalk method because notice that the Y and the X are both there. Okay, so the crosswalk method only works when you have one or the other, but not both. Notice here we have a Y and the X, so do not use the crosswalk on this. The easiest way on this one is to use the -14 as the y-intercept to start. Then here would be up 4, and you got to imagine putting the 1 underneath it, over 1. So let's give it a try. We're going to go to -14. So you got -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, -6, 7, -8, -9. Got a problem. That -14 runs off my graph. So we got to figure out a different method. It won't work. So what I'm going to do is go back to my lovely handy dandy function tables. The function tables will never let me down on these. Alright, so what you're going to do is you're going to think of a number that you can plug in for x and subtract 14 to kind of give you a positive number. You can use a negative number, but it makes the problem trickier. So I'll give you an example. Let's just say x were to be 3. 3 times 4 is 12, but 12 minus 14 is actually -2, but you know, it's kind of maybe a little bit tricky. But what about using 4? 4 times 4 is 16. 16 minus 14 is +2, so notice that's pretty easy. So imagine x is 4. Alright, so 4 times 4 is 16, minus 14 gives me 2 left for the y. So my first point is 4 and 2. Now I'm going to keep picking numbers that go up by 1, that make it go up a little bit higher. So let's try 5. So 4 times 5 is 20. 20 minus 14 is 6. So I chose 5 for x, but my y value came out to be 6 by the time I subtracted 20 minus 14. So right there for the purple line, 4 and 2 and 5 and 6 are good enough. It'll work. Alright, so we need to locate 4 and 2 on the Cartesian plane here. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over positive 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, up to 1, 2, lands actually at the intersection of the red and the blue line. The other point, 5 and 6. So 5 and 6 is, here we go, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then up 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lands actually way up there. Is there. In the practice doing the slope, so notice I have to count up 4 and then go over 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4 over 1. Perfect. Up 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 over 1 would be a point there. Alright, the other way of doing this too is notice that the slope is actually given to you right here. So we have 4 over, you can add the 1 underneath it, so over 1 there. So far this works good. And actually go backwards too. Down 4 over 1. Down 4 over 1. Because these lines all cross somewhere. And I could do it one more time. Down 4 over 1. There we go.